Hey guys, it's me, Vinny Lospinuso. I'm back with another video. This time it's on baseball. And as you know, I'm a huge Hall of Fame guy, but fortunately or unfortunately, I get to talk about the worst of the main four sports Hall of Fames, that being the Baseball Hall of Fame. Very stingy and everything, and they get to announce this during football Sunday of all these. Why? Like, seriously? So foolish. But regardless of how I think about that, the contemporary ballot for the Veterans Committee meets today, and they will choose who will get 75% or more. It might be no one. It might be someone. It might be two. Might even be three if we're lucky. But I think more than likely we'll just get one at most. Two would be happy, but three I don't see happening. I see at least one, or I could see none. Regardless of what's going to happen, these are our names. First off, we have Dale Murphy, who was a two-time MVP for the Atlanta Braves during the 80s. Next one is Don Mattingly, infielder for the New York Yankees, great defensive player, MVP. Fred McGriff played for numerous teams, most notably the Braves, had like 500 home runs in his career. Curt Schilling, legendary playoff performer, two-time strikeout leader. Albert Bell led the majors in hits during the entire 90s decade. Rafael Palmeiro had over 3,000 hits for his career. Roger Clemens, more Cy Youngs than anyone else in history. And Barry Bonds, most home runs than anyone else in history. Now, all those guys just listed, I believe, are all Hall of Famers. I think every single one of those 8 names that I listed should all belong in the Hall of Fame. Now, of course, you might be saying, Vinny, why are these people you mentioned, these sound like they should be in the Hall of Fame? I agree with you. They should all be in the Hall of Fame. But a big reason why they haven't is because, you know, in the case of Clemens, Palmeiro, and Bonds, it's steroid suspicion. In the case of Palmeiro, he did admit to doing steroids. Schilling and Bell are nodding because they don't like his personality. And McGriff, he just missed out. Manley missed out. And Murphy just missed out. There's still some questions, but I know the people in that veteran committee block. Some of them are very against steroids. Some are in favor of that. But in my personal opinion, I don't understand why they can't do it. I mean, Gaylord Perry just died, and he was a long cheater in the MLB. Hank Aaron even cheated. You even had Don Sutton cheat. You had so many white beaters and everything. I don't understand why you can't have Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds, especially when you have David Ortiz, who just made it. Curt Schilling, yes, he had said some questionable, anti-trans comments and was egging on for January 6th. I'm aware of that, but there are millions of other people that felt the same way. They just didn't express it publicly like that. And there are people that I would argue have done far worse than that, so I don't have any issue. Plus, you really want to keep Curt Schilling out because of that? Albert Bell, it was a question of the cork bat, but really, guys? He led the majors in hits during the 90s. I think that should be enough. You have Dale Murphy. Yeah, his peak was relatively short, but he was so dominant during his time for the Braves. He was easily their best player that never won a championship or never went to a championship. I would say because of how dominant his peak was, I'd give the edge to him. Mattingly was probably the best Yankee to never go to a World Series. I would say that he absolutely should be in the Hall of Fame too. Unfortunately, injuries hurt his career just like how it did for Murphy. And for Fred McGriff, and for Fred McGriff, I would say he's probably the weakest one here in Mattingly, but I still give him the edge. But no, I all those guys I want. Now, how would I rank them? I'd probably say McGriff and Mattingly were probably my least wanted. Then Murphy would be 6. And then like Albert Bell, Rafael Palmeiro, and Curt Schilling are like that 3 to 5 range. And then Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds might easily top 2. But who would my third be? I'm going to go Palmeiro because 3,000 hits is still 3,000 hits regardless. I mean, yeah, was he as good as Sosa or McGuire? No, but 3,000 hits is still 3,000 hits. But I could easily be swayed for Curt Schilling. But as for what I think the committee is going to go with, because there's a lot of Braves there, I think they're going to go for at least Fred McGriff and maybe Dale Murphy. That's what I think is going to happen. But that's just my thoughts, guys. What do you have to say? Let me know in the comments down below. Peace out, guys.